to start recording. I'm not going to bother muting our mic. This is the first time we do it. It's raw. It's weird. It's different.
It is what it is.
Yep. All right. So we are live.
Sweet.
And for now, I am going to move you over there. And I'm going to come in. So, this is a new podcast, vlog. What would we call this?
I guess technically it would be a vlog.
Yeah, I guess so. Called Toolkits. Knox is here with me. If anybody else joins, you will see my husky tail move off to the side so I can modify how everything is. I don't have any boxes or frames yet because if someone else jumps in this call, I guarantee you all the windows are going to change. Anyway, this is Toolkits. It's a new one we're doing. Most of TBA crafts. We make something. We do something. I know for Knox and I who are here right now, it's in our blood.
Yeah, it is how we stay sane.
It is very much. In fact, we met in steampunk, and then everybody stayed together because of leatherworking and other hobbies that all
Then just
overlapped. But
speaking of,
okay, so give me just a second to modify this. Hi, Cannon.
yeah.
Howdy.
Am I on stream?
No, neither of
Okay.
you and I are partially on stream, and Cannon has his own window. It'll take me just a second.
No, but I'm saying in general, is my camera on stream?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I wanted to know whether I wanted to know how to act. So actually, I'm gonna go step and go grab something real quick.
Okay, that one did not pop up. I'm going to change back to waiting. Go to studio mode. Okay, so let me do this real quick. Go ahead and cut out catching that pink light off of mine. Okay, again, first time we're doing this. Still getting used to some of it. Going to transition in studio mode. I think that looks okay. If someone could double check on stream for me.
Let me check. Vapping. Okay. Let's see.
Editing some of it live.
Hey. New show. It'll
Yep. So, Cannon, are we coming through clear for you?
Yeah, I got your audio really good, and I can see Knox on his video.
Cool. Am I coming through on mine for you? Is it acting up?
I'm just seeing two little circling squares.
Okay, that just means my webcam's being a butt for you. I'm sorry. So was going through the introduction that Toolkits is the new kind of podcast we're doing the fourth Sunday because we're gonna do a podcast each Sunday. Since there's normally 4, this month there's 5, so we're gonna debate the D&D movie next Sunday. I think everybody's on the exact same page in our group for the most part. but we won't get into that here because that is next week. But it's crafting, doing something, making time to actually make something is very important. And so tonight I'm going to be painting minis. I cannot set up a secondary webcam to show off the minis while I'm painting them because it would mess up everything else with catching everybody on Discord. So we'll work with it as we go along and make it work. So I know I'm doing minis. Let's see. Are you working on anything tonight, Cannon?
I worked on my project through yesterday and today. I had to put up 21 sheets of tin over the donkey barn, so my crafting was actually construction.
Wait. I earlier this week I was doing leather working, but I've been trying to kind of avoid the outside most of this week after mowing in what was turned out to be 119-degree heat.
I wish I could do that.
But what are you going to be working on, Knox?
Catching Pokemans.
Cool.
I'm trying to fill out my. I'm trying to fill out my Pokedex and Pokemon Sword. So just so I can finish, so that I can finish the. And once I'm fill out the Pokedex and fill out the Pokedexes, well, the 3 Pokedexes, then I can move on to finishing off Legends of Arceus and hopefully have all of that done by November. For when I don't have one of you. For when Scarlet and Violet come out, so that we can, me and Misha are gonna get the double. We're gonna each get one, and this one actually has Scarlet and Violet actually has a up to 4-person co-op mode.
Nice.
It's a Zane.
Do we have a Zane?
Yeah.
Where is a Zane?
We got a LeBlanc.
All right, give me a second. I need to
hang on. Let's see what. Yeah.
New show.
Hi.
Hello.
What's going on?
Gonna start painting some minis here in a minute, and we're just gonna hang out and talk and do the things.
Cool.
So,
the
whole
speaking, I'll let you finish and get back so that you can be in your chair before I continue on with what I did today as for crafting.
Okay, might have to get somebody to say that room is full for the moment, so I can actually paint. So
I'll post it. I'll go ahead and post it up.
I think we got everybody. See you posting it in chat. If I jump off screen, it will end up going showing everything else on Discord.
All right, just send it to everybody.
Let's see, it's the pipes you were working on?
There we go. Yeah. So I have 3 completed. I got about a foot long church warden that is a critical failure. I have gonna be kind of hard to see. Let's see if we can get some more light up.
That looks pretty good.
Well, the issue is right in here. There is a
Hole.
crack
Wow.
that goes about ½ inch down. Plus, this is the hole is what I was talking about as far as my bit. I ended up cutting the bowl too short, so the worm gear from the auger bit came through when I did it. I retooled the first one that I did so that it is it's a smaller profile. This one, the stem on this one is friction fit, and it's holding pretty well. I think once I get it sealed and get the first burn in it, it'll be really solid. And then the second one that I made today, this one actually ended up, it's a bit of spalled oak, and the stem is more of a wide stem. I got to work on my holes, but this one has a lot looser air draw coming through it because the actual hole in the stem is a whole lot bigger than the other ones. So this one's the first one that I made has a bit of a tighter draw to it. The fat stem has a more open draw. So I can't complain. I still gotta. I ended up getting some charcoal out of the burn pile at my folks' house. I got it kind of crushed up. I need to put it in the oven and dry it real good. Put it at like 150 degrees for 5 or 10 minutes, just to really get all the moisture out of it, and then actually put it in my mortars and pestle and grind it down into a fine powder. And then from what I understand, and then from the research that I've done, you coat the inside with either maple syrup or honey. I'm probably going to use honey just because honey doesn't go bad. And then once the inside is coated, you put in the charcoal and then let it dry for 5 to 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
And once it's dry, that's essentially your clay coating for the inside of the bowl. And at that point, it's just putting any designs that I want to put on it and sealing, and then that's pretty much it. I'm done. I'm done with them. I'm gonna try to probably make a few more just to kind of refine the process and to try to, if I can refine my process with the tools that I have, then I will potentially be able to justify buying that spade bit that you sent me. If I can justify it, and I can actually make these well, then I'll start making more of them, potentially for either table or potentially consignment. I don't know. We'll see. I'll bring them. If I can get them. If I can get the style refined up well, then I would have no problem taking it to the local pipe shop and seeing if they would carry them. And I'm not gonna sell them. I'm not gonna sell them for much. And it's just fucking handmade pipes. Not like they're gonna be super. Not that they're not exactly gonna be super generationally long lasting.
Temporary bespoke.
All right. I wouldn't even say temporary. It's just they're not going to be super long. Not the with regular use. They're not. These are things that would be replaced relatively regularly. So I mean, I'm not going to do an arm and a leg for them. Doesn't serve no purpose. But a good little like the pipe, the cannon's pipe is. I mean, how long you been using that one, Cannon?
The one I originally started using, I used for about 4 or 5 years before the stem broke. And the one I'm using now is going on 2 years.
Man, I think because yours is a lot thicker than because my walls are up. I've gotten my walls down to about eighth of an inch. Uh, about down to eighth of an inch. Yours is pretty solid.
Yeah, my walls are probably 3/8 of an inch, and they're made out of briarwood root.
Mm-hmm. And mine's oak, just straight oak. So it's not gonna. Not really. They're not really. It's not. They're not really gonna last super long. They will. They will eventually. They will eventually fail. But it's not for. Like I said, it's not, this isn't going to be a generational pipe. This is going to be. This would be an everyday carry.
Oh, while we're talking about wood, Cannon, have you ever heard of something called Russian olive?
Sure have.
How rare is it?
It's olive wood from Russia. Most of the olive wood that I have come across has been from one of the from Jerusalem or somewhere like that. So very seldom do I run across Russian olive wood.
So apparently in South Bend, Indiana, they have a few that are now considered trash trees. So when I was up there, I was able to get a hold of one piece because it's all that would actually the guy had that would fit in the car. And it is absolutely gorgeous because it is a dark chocolate center, light, kind of a light tan, light chocolate on the right next to the bark. And what made me mad is I stopped at a gas station and they had firewood, and I saw that exact same color pattern on several stacks of it, but the way they had split it, it was all chipped and splintery and cracked throughout the rest of it, so I couldn't. Also, they have a lot of Osage up there, which I hadn't heard of before.
Osage orange, hedge apple. It's orange in coloration, and as a fence post, it will last over 100 years in the ground. It's very disease and pest resistant, and they use Osage in order to make bows with.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say.
Because he had some of that too, and it had a very nice yellow color. It is heavy as fudge. Like it is heavy AF.
It's one of the reasons why they make such good bows.
It was actually used as a living hedge in the old West days. They would go out and plant a tree every 6 to 12 inches. After a year's growth, they would fold the stem over and tie it to the one next to it and continue down the line, let it grow another year. They would take one of the leaders that sprung up and fold it over. They have thorns on them, and after about 3 years, a rabbit can't even penetrate it.
Huh. Now, the other thing I got was fire elder. I didn't know if you've heard of that one too.
Yeah, I've heard of that too. And it's supposed to have a really good tight grain, but almost a curly, burled type grain.
It's definitely burled. I have two bookend pieces to where
Thank you.
a branch came out at one point. The things that's cool is sporadically throughout the heartwood, there's a long red strip, which I'm assuming is where it got its name. But
Yep, the grain finished is supposed to look like fire.
the other thing I got that made me happy is I got 3 planks of sycamore that are going to become dice boxes because I can tell how they're going to look when I oil them. They are going to be absolutely gorgeous because you know how maple has like that little bit of a granulated look to part of it, like almost pixelated when you oil it.
Mm-hmm.
There are very large swaths throughout the sycamore that are like that, and it's going to be absolutely gorgeous to make dice boxes out of those. He had a lot more pieces I wanted, but I did not have a truck. But his prices are actually pretty fair. The problem is that since he 100% knew what he had, there wasn't like really getting away with a super great deal.
Yeah.
I mean, he priced everything really fair, and it was really, you know, I'm not gonna. The thing is, he knew what he had. He had a couple other ones that I would call exotic simply because we don't have them down here all that often. But I guess the better name would be uncommon. But apparently they do not have a ton of cedar up there. And down here, almost everybody I know in the West Monroe area that has a sawmill has cedar.
Cedar down here is considered a invasive species, and the cedar that they come across up there is more like the western red cedar or western cedars, which are more of a brown than a red.
I did not know that. Wait, cedar can be considered an invasive species?
Red cedar here is an invasive species because it will take over. I actually know a guy in Kansas who built a business around eradicating red cedar and using the lumber in his sawmill to sell.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Oh, we kind of made a career out of turning trash into treasure. So that kind of the thing.
Now, the most iconic steampunk weapon I carried was a piece of PVC I found on the side of the road thrown out from an irrigation system in a 2x4.
Theo's hammer.
No, Theo's hammer was a mini keg.
That's true.
Ambrose's Good King Robert that is still over at the shed at the old house and currently unable to get to because of everything that is in the way. We're still helping Scott go through all of his stuff.
Well, you need Good King Robert before March.
I will be. Also, gas-powered stick is still in there too.
Yep, I need to start retooling my kit.
I still have everything in a box. I still got everything for post-APOC in a box. The only thing I don't have is the majority of the reenactment gear because I sold it. Because moving and needed the money more than I needed to store something.
Yeah.
I will be listening in. My daughter has to cut out another stencil for their screen printing. They made a miscut and they've got some shirts to do out.
All right. She does amazing work with the screen printing, though.
She does. I want one of those fire shirts.
I've never gotten into Stranger Things.
That's what they're working on right now is the Hellfire shirts.
We pretty much binged everything and ended like 2 weeks before season 4 dropped. So we were able to get in on the hype on the season 4 when it dropped. And I love that show. The show is amazing.
I have heard good things. I almost put that into my beer. That would have been bad because then I would have been drinking an old Rasputin with paint in it.
I mean,
I'm not giving up. I got 3 old Rasputins left from bootlegging them from Indiana.
we gotta find you a regular supplier of that stuff.
Used to, but then companies disagreeing with each other about who gets what percentage of profit ends up meaning I can't get really good beer. Which is a first world problem, I know, but hashtag please sponsor us, Old Rasputin. I'd be happy to be the DM of your beverage company. I will accept payment in Old Rasputin. Everybody that's in this chat knows I'd do it.
Yeah, this is legit.
These are facts. Okay. All right. Now, while we're working on this, I guess an arts and craft fact is if you paint miniatures, I really do like the Citadel paint from Games Workshop. I absolutely hate the paint pots. But I am not.
Mind them?
Huh?
I don't mind them. Well, I didn't mind them. I don't use them any. I don't really use them anymore because wet palette. So
that is what this over here is supposed to be. I just keep forgetting to get the stuff to actually make it be one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I ended up kind of cobbling one together out of a Tupperware, a couple of sponges, a couple of yellow sponges, and the actual paper.
Back to Stranger Things, and this is a hot take that I know that some folks on here might not agree with. I am very tired of Master of Puppets being back on the radio regularly up here.
I am not. I I'm on it regularly. But I've also, back when it was a thing, I also owned the CDs, and wore them out. So not not super out of character for me, to be fair.
There are good Metallica songs. Master of Puppets is not a bad song. I have just never been able to really stand Metallica as a band. Like, the lead singer, to me, is one of my least favorite people, but I'm also still salty because he tried to kill Napster.
Actually, that was the drummer.
Oh, is
That
the
was
drummer?
Lars.
Uh,
That was
So
Lars.
you see how little I know about the actual band member names. I do know one phrase that will almost start or will start a fight with any really big Metallica head that I am not allowed to say anymore because Emily got mad at me. Not that she likes Metallica, it's just that if I was to say them, they would be legitimately and legally fighting words.
Say it.
Who said who came in
LeBlanc.
like who came in like a hag from the other side of the universe with that one?
I mean,
That was me.
All right, I will say them right now. Yes, I've said them to intentionally piss people off before because fuck them, they were being asses in the first place so they can be pissed. But the meanest thing I've ever said about a band ever is Metallica. And my response was to someone who kept going on and going on and going on, being just an ass about it, is it's a shame when the pyrotechnics went off that the singer didn't join the bassist.
bruh.
I told you they'd be fighting words if I said them in earnest with someone.
Bruh. Yeah. I could I could see that being a thing.
But the big thing is, like, if someone ever tells you, hey, I'm not really into that, 5 to 6 times in the conversation that you are having, pick up on context clues and realize you might love this band like the second coming of some type of deity. They don't. Let them be. I don't go up to people and start trying to tell them that they absolutely have to listen to Weird Al all the time.
Yeah.
Not that I've listened to him in a while. It's just, I don't know. I'm weird. The thing that'll drive LeBlanc crazy is, like, I'm not super into music 90% of the time. I'll listen to what I want to listen to and then move on. And if you were to tell me the band, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that doesn't drive me crazy.
I thought it would because you're the, like, if it was to pick between being blind and deaf, I would go with deaf.
Oh yeah, no, I'm going with blind there.
I go either way, depends on the day.
Now, I am painting some Sylvaneth minis that it's taken me like 2 years to actually find because they went out of print for a while. And I can't remember the name of them to save my damn life right now, but I got them simply.
The Trevenants.
The Trent Revenants, the elf ghosts that possess trees.
Yeah, Trevenants. No, that's a Pokemon. Sorry. Current activity is Clouding Judgment.
But I dig the style of the actual elf ghosts that possess trees and plants. And this is from the Night Vault game. You know, the ones that come with the very easy snap together miniatures.
Mm-hmm.
This dude still was a pain in the ass. He was on par with a regular Games Workshop mini from 90% of the ones I've put together. Like, I will go ahead and tell you all the skeletons, unless they've updated the models, drove me crazy a couple years ago when I bought them.
I currently have a Tupperware organizer. Oh, we're gonna die. Wait, it's part bug. Who's that? I got one of these. That is is currently full of those skeletons.
I don't know if they've updated them since a few years back, but the models
Yep.
I got still use the original 90s mold. Which meant you got to get a ledge this big to line up just right, or the head's going to fall off, and you glued
Yep.
that bitch like 5-10 minutes ago.
Yep.
Now, the worst ones are the dryads. The I will never buy another thing of dryads, but I needed a bunch of them for D&D, which now means technically I could field a Sylvaneth army in Age of Sigmar. I ain't doing it. I don't need another hobby.
Yeah. The wife has put her foot down. I am not allowed to buy them. I am not allowed. She will let me buy the models every now and then. I am not allowed to own the books.
Because if you own those books,
I'm going to play the game.
yep.
All right, I'm back.
So,
Woot. I'm going to die.
did you pick a fight with the Snorlax?
No. Oh, no. Yep, we're done. We are done here.
You're not doing a Nuzlocke, are you?
No, it's just regular sword and shield. I decided I was going to try my hand at I try to do a max dungeon. It's one of the big Dynamax Pokemon that it's random which one you get and you use one Pokemon and go in with technically four people, but typically it's just me and 3 computer controlled NPCs that don't know what the shit they're doing. And yeah, they have a tendency to go in with the wrong wrong types and get annihilated. So it's literally typically up to me to drop this thing before the idiot NPCs die.
Save us, Nox. You're our only hope.
I mean, oh, I was right. I need you. You're on my list, and I literally have a list of everything that I need to finish the Pokedex.
Why do I do this to myself?
Because it's fun.
This is true. Okay, like, I'm not going to lie. Painting minis, I kind of like, because, like, I've already embraced I am never going to be a great mini painter. Never. I don't have the patience for it. But if I can make my minis look just that much better than what you get out of a blind box, I'm good.
It's legitimately not hard. The WizKids models, the sculpts are amazing, but the pre-painted ones are hot garbage.
Some of them are funny.
But yeah, the problem is they're not supposed to be.
I think they actually are. They just have convinced us that they're taking it serious to see how far the joke goes. It's like the Orca episode of South Park. Which, God, I feel so much of this last decade has been that joke still going.
I mean,
like, I just expect someone to look at me, but it was funny, huh? No. No, we set the whole thing on fire. What the fuck's wrong with you?
so much.
Like, I got a kid. I need it to last at least for him. Can y'all help me out with that?
Oh, of course not. All right, got that one.
What'd you catch?
Roserade.
I have no clue what that is.
That's a grass. That's a grass man with roses for hands. a blue rose and for his left hand, a red rose for his right hand, and a white rose for his head. I'm currently at 256 of 400.
Huh.
So
Neat. Gotta fix up that little goof up.
I can't help but notice, is that a 1950s ironing board in the background back there?
Yes, it
Hewitt?
is. Yes, it is. It was left in the house. I will not give up my battleship that is also an ironing board. It is mine. It is useful. It also hurts like hell when it falls down randomly and you are not paying attention.
And it falls down on you.
It falls down on you because your child knocks it down and you try to push the child out of the way. But unfortunately, my child being my child is going to learn 90% of life's lessons
The hard way.
Yeah. Like, it's not a question. I love my child to death. He is going to learn shit the hard way.
The same way his daddy did.
There is truth to that one.
Not incorrect.
Yeah, definitely not incorrect. I have learned many lessons the hard way. I do not want him to learn them the hard way because that shit hurt.
Yeah, but I mean, let's face it. In general, when it comes to that kind of stuff, he'll only do it once.
You say that, and I have empirical evidence against that.
Most important lesson I learned today. July and 100-degree temperatures, you don't put raw skin on hot tin.
Hell no, that's how you that's how you learn that you sizzle like bacon. I learned that lesson in Puerto Rico.
I've learned that lesson many times in the past, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
Sometimes you forget. Sometimes you don't have an option.
This is not so much I forgot. It's just one of those of this is about to suck. I've had a lot of those.
It's one of those deals where you go down there and you look at the barn. You go down to help your wife feed the donkeys to look at something, and you look at the barn and realize the tarp cover is disintegrated, and it's time to put tin on it. So it had to be done.
Yeah, we walked around last week when we were on vacation. I felt that way when we left the Indianapolis Zoo because I was the one I was about to be the one that had to drive. So it's one of those. I've walked around all day. I should have taken more breaks. And then Indianapolis being one of those cities in the U.S. that is constantly having road work. Like, it took me an hour to get out of Indianapolis and to Terre Haute. Which I don't know if that's how you're supposed to pronounce the city's name. That's how I pronounce it because that's how it looks. Also, it makes me laugh.
I've took the bypass around Indianapolis a time or two, and that's not fun either.
No, that's how we go up, so I avoid $8 in tolls around Chicago. Which is another city that is always under construction. Like 100%, it is always under construction. Like we have 8 lanes of roads. Yeah, well, it's down to 3. Be ready for delays.
Yeah, I have not gotten a chance to paint since I got my second desk. And I got it all set up. I just haven't really had a chance to do it. I want to get some paint racks, kind of like the paint racks that well, not kind of exactly the same kind of paint racks that Nate has. And you can see in the background all of his pictures.
Oh, his
Just to have all my
his pot rack.
yeah. So
That sounds bad
'cause
when
I
you
have
say
a,
it that way.
I mean it does, but whatever. I have a lot of I have a lot of I have a hand I have a good bit of Citadel. I have a lot of Army Painter. So I need I gotta look up and see if I can build myself a vortex mixer and stop using a massage gun. Which don't be wrong, massage gun works. Like it's it doesn't affect that. It looks goofy as hell, but it does work because it does shake at a high enough velocity to mix paint really well. And the ball.
The number of times you yelled that at a Pokemon.
Oh, on the daily. Oh, really?
Little asshole popped out.
Again. I'm gonna play around. I got 40. I got 40 balls. So
That sounds like it would be an expensive vasectomy.
I mean, let's see if this ball will work. I got 40 of that particular ball, the ultra balls. I'm gonna have to hit you again, ain't I? The most tedious part of playing these games is
Catching Pokemon so you could fill up your list so you can be a completionist.
pretty much, well, they give you stuff if you do it.
See, hey Chris, what are you doing right now?
I
Yes, you.
just those.
You're cutting out real bad there. Could anyone make out what he was saying?
No.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes. You is not robot.
I am driving home from work because I've been listening in while I was counting money at work.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop at the little sketchy taco stand on my way home and get some tacos and maybe a burrito from the little, truck in the empty parking lot. And then I don't know what I'm going to do when I get home.
whenever we get done with this, I'm probably gonna play Valheim. I made a bunch of bronze, and then I made bronze weapons and armor, and now we don't have a lot of bronze.
Well, nice. Now, me.
We lost him.
Wait,
We're not.
Skynet took him.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
there you are.
Now he's gone.
All right. Apparently, we can hear you, but only when you say the phrase "Can you hear me?"
Seems to be it.
Probably because I'm on cellular.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would do it.
Come on. Quick ball. Yay, quick ball.
So I might be building a helmet. Because the guy I'm doing the quiver for has a friend that wants a helmet. And the guy was like, "Oh, thank you so much. How much is it going to cost?" I was like, "First off, you need to tell me what type of helmet you want, because
That's
very
going to
quick,
highly determine.
it's going to very quickly tell me, can I make this helmet? Like, you want a Viking helmet? I've made one of those before, but I will need some very accurate measurements. If you want something with a visor and everything else, I technically know how to do it. But I'm not super comfortable trying to make it, so I might point you in the direction of someone I know who can."
Yeah. I got Prince Armory's the Prince Armory page saved to my favorites as a longing wish list because
You
yeah.
need to sign up with your email for him because he sends out email deals on occasion where he gives you 50 and 60% off packages.
Yeah, but I need to have the available money to spend 60 to be able to have 60% off of his packages.
These are truths.
Since he relocated his shop, he has gone up drastically on his prices, though.
One of the things that I've gained as a benefit from working on the quiver when I do is I'm doing nothing but watching Clone Wars while leather working. And I am somewhere in season 3 now, where they start filling in the holes from previous episodes.
Yeah, when I watch it, I use I use a resource that gave me the entire Clone Wars in order.
Well, Emily's little brother Cole enjoyed telling me that the whole structure of the series was on purpose so that it would be an anthology and it wasn't meant. Plus, they constantly didn't know if they were getting renewed. And I was like, dude, I totally get it. It's still somewhat frustrating to watch.
It Watching it in order is is really it helps. You ain't got to worry about because like what happens like what happens on the the siege of the crystal planet that happens like episode 3 episode 4 does like them getting onto the planet happens in season 3. So you watch it when you watch it in order, you get to see all of it happen the way in order, and you don't forget about everything that happened in season 1 whenever you see season 3 and go, oh yeah, oh yeah, they went to that place, didn't they?
Then again, Cole is a walking encyclopedia because he is an info file. I think we know a few of those.
Yeah. A bit too much.
I think all I'm going to be able to do is really get a base coat over a solid chunk of these, and then I'll have to come back and do dry brushing later. Because the problem is on camera, my light looks really good. If you watch while I'm painting, I am staring at things for a second to figure out where the hell I am.
Yeah, my light source currently is a small 3-inch ring light. That is that's my painting light. It is directly over where I needed to be because eyes not good. One down. Actually, technically, that's another 2 down. That one 2. 330.
You got 2 more off your list.
Yup.
That's a dangerous noise from another room in my house. My wife is laughing.
Oh, a mortal woe. Nice. I need that. I need you too. Let's go.
Has anybody seen the Thor Love and Thunder?
I have.
Is it good?
I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Good.
It is. This one actually leans into. It leads into the Taika Waititi. The absurdity, just the kind of crazy. It leans into it a bit more. When you are watching it, remember one very important thing, and that is at the very beginning, the opening line of the movie is Korg saying, "Let me tell you the story about Thor, the God of Thunder." So what you have to realize is that this story is being told by Korg, and Korg is an unreliable narrator. Because when Korg doesn't remember something, he just makes up something that sounds similar to what probably happened, more than likely. So keeping that in mind, the movie is great.
I am looking forward to it being on Disney Plus because it takes a lot to legitimize me going to a theater.
Huh.
Like, okay, let me rephrase that. Dinosaurs got me into the movie theater. And let's talk about. Has anyone else seen the newest Jurassic World, newest Jurassic Park movie?
No. My sister has seen it, and my nephew has seen it because he's huge on the Jurassic series. And they were both, and then my sister, kind of whatever. My nephew is kind of like talking about Cole. Gavin is an info file when it comes to uh the Jurassic Park, Jurassic World series, dinosaurs in general.
Mm-hmm.
Super disappointed.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I loved it, and it is a hot damn mess.
Yeah.
It is. It is the most fan fictiony thing I've seen in theaters in a hot minute. I will not apologize for liking it. I will fully acknowledge it is not a great movie. But when you get my whole family into a movie and no one is being a butt about it,
Yeah.
it makes everything so much, so much better. So,
Anybody watched Wheel of Time yet?
I watched the first episode and stopped.
I have not. I haven't seen that. I also have not seen the haven't started haven't I have not started with Rings of Power yet.
I didn't think it was out yet. I'm only able to see the teaser on it.
It may just be coming coming kind of super soon. But I like it is something that it's something that I would like to watch. It is also something that I know is relatively far down on the list. Currently, the list is when we have the time to sit down as a family is to watch Miss Marvel. I still need to finish the last 3 episodes of Kenobi.
If it helps you with Kenobi, Emily was yelling at the screen, yes.
Yeah, I'm aware of mostly what happens.
They
For the most part, I'm aware of what happened. I am aware of the conversation at the end of in episode 6. Between the main antagonist and the main character. However, I just haven't had a chance to sit down and watch it yet. Now that we're finished with, now that we finished Stranger Things, we really haven't had anything to really kind of taking a break from binging stuff.
Understand that one completely.
Because a lot of information. Plus, I also need to get caught up on Critical Role.
I am doing terrible at that one.
Yeah, I'm about 15 episodes behind.
We're on episode 13? 13.
Do you remember what happens in episode 13?
Oh, no, I'm saying like we just finished 12, so we'll start 13.
Oh, have they left the city? Have they left the city to head to the outskirt, the other town yet?
No. They
Okay.
haven't. They haven't
I'm-
gone. They haven't gone to the party yet.
oh, okay. Uh, so I'm past that. They've left. They've left the town and gotten to the Hartmore Hamlet, and that's pretty much where I stopped. What I need to do is I need to see about it. See if uh, Marisha Deathray on YouTube has continued their truncating of episodes. So they go through and they cut down a lot of the chatter and basically just it's literally Critical Role the Cliffs Notes. It cuts out a bunch of stuff and just gives you the really important beats, and that's how I got caught up on campaign 2. I sat down and I watched that instead.
I have started listening to the audio of campaign 2 again. I'm somewhere in the. They're in Aor.
Oh, so you're coming up to the end.
Yeah. But what'd you think of Wheel of Time, Cannon?
I watched it all the way through, and it was pretty good to me. The first episode was a little slow, and I was having second thoughts about watching it, but I puddled through that and got to the second one that started making more sense.
I watched the first one, and the only thing that. The reason I didn't go past it is. It seemed like almost everybody was trying to have sex in the first episode. In certain sections, I'm like, I'm sorry, I just got out of a bad relationship with Game of Thrones that was doing this, and I kind of need a break.
There's very little of that after the first episode.
Good. I know a lot of people complain because they aged everybody up, but my only response to that was, okay, I get it, because in the books they're teenagers. At the same time on this one, do you really want to watch a TV series that's putting a bunch of teenagers through what these characters go through from the books? Like, there might be some issues.
Well, I haven't read the books, so I didn't have anything to go off of.
I've done the audiobook for the first one. I might not do the rest mostly because it's just one of those of, oh my god, another infinitely long series. I just don't have the time. I mean, I've already dedicated time to going through the Drist books for some reason. Which, I do like the Drist books. I will always laugh at R.A. Salvatore on some things, but I do like the Drist books, but this might sound mean, but with the Drist books, the Drist storyline is just basically an anime. The power of friendship overcomes the power of evil. Also, R.A. Salvatore is responsible for something in my head now. Hearing him talk about Drist and him being from Boston now makes me think every drow is from Boston. Like, I can't unhear it in my head now. I know he said that they're supposed to all sound French. But I don't get that because if they're from the Underdark and Undercommon is a very guttural language, I don't feel French kind of meets that, though. But if all the drow sound like they're from Boston, I will just laugh. We're gonna go kidnap some folks from the surf. It'll be wicked A.
Pull them out the yard and put them in the car.
Knox missed the best part right there, didn't he?
Oh no, I heard it. I still got my headphones on. They're wireless. So
Nice.
yeah, that was great. Yeah, when it comes to let's face it, when it comes to audiobooks, I have been spoiled by I have been spoiled by Spike reading Dresden.
Oh no. Listen to the Law, which is read by Butcher himself. It's like, hey, Jim, go back to writing the books.
Yeah,
Because, like, when Billy the Werewolf talks, with Butcher reading it, Billy sounds like this. The entire time, Billy sounds like, no, no, no. You don't do that to the buff little short werewolf boy.
I mean, it highly depends on when, what time period you're talking about. Because I could see.
Right after the
that-
Battle of Chicago.
Yeah, no, he doesn't sound like that no more.
He also has Bob sounding like a Poindexter. I'm like, Bob's British.
Yeah.
The dog out.
But at the same time, you gave me another audiobook that I got for free because I have credits with Audibles. So now I have more Dresden lore, so I'm really not complaining in the long run.
Listening to, like, Marsden is the definitive Dresden for me. He has also the definitive Bob. He is also the definitive Michael. He is also the definitive Sonia.
Tiny but fierce.
I just been having a hard time. You wouldn't understand. I am a black man from Moscow. Please tell me how you have had hard time.
Oh, I really, really want to play the Dresden game again because we were going to start streaming it, and then Christina got into field school, and Little Bit made Littler Bit.
Yay, littlest bit.
Littlest Bit's going to be tiny and fierce, but Littlest Bit didn't have a. There was never an option. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to that game coming back because they are currently obligated to go on a road trip to Chicago. And this is because my wife made a joke. 3-4 years ago, my wife made a joke. She's like, when we start catching up to current times, everybody will be making Frozen jokes for Sybil. Well, we're in 2013 now. So the party currently has 3 missions. Christina's character, Emissary to the Loa, must get back a portion of Papa Legba's horn because somebody he was trying to teach how to play guitar got mad that he wouldn't just give him the abilities because the guy thought he went to the crossroads, thought he was going to get the devil to teach him how to play the guitar, and Papa Legba basically started him off on the 1, 2, 3s of the guitar-ease kind of thing. So when Legba got distracted, guy smacked him in the head and stole the tip of his horn and is now using it as a pick for his guitar.
Nice.
So they got to go get that back. Jeannie found out from her grandmother's ghost that Budweiser stole her grandfather's beer recipe and was about to try to release the the Mexicana Budweiser beer. So Jeannie now thinks her grandmother wants her to burn it down when all her grandmother wants her to do is steal the recipe back. So Jeannie's going to try to set Anheuser-Busch on fire. Sybil, because she kept making all the jokes and mentioned Sybil can actually sing and is technically in debt to Winter, has to drive to Chicago to sing for a 10-year-old's birthday party as a favor to the Winter Knight. And the Rougarou's emissary, because the Rougarou still owes 3 favors the Winter, has to drive them in an old Winnebago. This is because my wife made one joke about Frozen. And I was like, yep, this is going in the bank now.
Yep.
Also, what is responsible for this campaign is the comment of, or the meme of, finding a box of raspberry zingers on top of a hand dryer in a random truck stop bathroom is giving me real Goblin vibes. So, goblins are going to be responsible for some of the people who disappear on the highway because they trick them like the most asinine way possible.
Free cookies.
Where the hell am I? You are now in the service of the Arrow King. Oh, I finally showed them a while back in the game exactly how they could use NPCs that they haven't been using by having the Rougarou's emissary cash in one of the favors the Loa is owed by Garrett de Sobek to fill the Earl King full of iron nails and chains in a Home Depot. So that the Rougarou's emissary could actually then drag the Earl King off to be questioned because he was incapacitated. Yeah, Kyle, you as a heads up, since you occasionally pop in as the Rougarou, Summer is not happy with the Rougarou or his emissary at the moment.
I mean, if you ask me, I really don't give a shit.
That is because the Rougarou's emissary actually walked into the middle of Summer's main court with a nail gun with iron nails because someone kidnapped his baby, and he pumped a few high-shi full of solid iron nails from a battery-operated Ryobi nail gun.
But yeah, who you think gave him the idea?
So it's and I've switched the token. I think I switched the token. I thought about it if I haven't done it. The image for Titania to Dolly Parton.
Yeah, I can see that.
I've had to stop myself from making Mab Elvira.
Elvira. Yeah, that headcanon is a thing that exists.
I mean, I would like someone to tell me I'm wrong, but
I mean,
I'm not.
We can't tell you you're wrong.
It's one of those. You're wrong. Say it. Not think about what you just said, and rethink.
Look at them. Actually, look at them and tell me.
The only problem is neither one of them have the personality for either.
No, they're both way too nice.
Yes, and Elvira has much more of the fake Maeve personality from when she first showed up in the books. The faux Valley girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, real quick, Knox. Google Elvira Pepper Shaker.
Yeah.
Those are great.
I'm back.
Welcome back. We got Knox researching something real quick.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think that's yeah. If anybody wants to buy us that for a housewarming gift, that'd be awesome. What are these things? Currently unavailable. Damn.
Sorry.
Well, that happens.
All right. Hmm. Well, got paint on the table.
Put paint on the table.
So, while I got y'all on here, how long am I forbidden from showing y'all Verbo again on kitchen table?
I mean, if I don't have a problem with Verbo. I have a problem with shitty woodworking and false advertising and goat sheds that are uh, that are packaged as like country style home.
Oh, you don't want to go stay with the goats at that one place?
No.
The bigger question about the house that had the goats was the stability of the upper bunk. Which to me, I'm going to just go out on a limb here and say there was not.
Yeah, no. That loft was kind of was a hazard.
Crud. I can't pull it up because, Chris, let's just suffice to say, somewhere down near your neck of the woods, somebody turned a goat barn into an Airbnb advertised on Verbo as Louisiana rustic chic.
I'm looking it up.
And the upper bunk was partially held up by not even tensioned chain that had a tension bolt. Still not as bad as the one I can't find again in Little or Hot Springs that nearly gave Kyle an aneurysm.
Bruh. I mean, I mean, if you're gonna build a bench, actually attach it to the don't attach it to one side and not the other.
I'm sorry, Kyle. I'm not sorry.
I understand it. You're not sorry. Mm.
Again, that's not the thing that I can say that would actually get you really aggravated. Tea smoked duck.
Bruh, we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that. Mm.
You have word. You have words for that man, don't you?
And rice. Don't forget the rice.
That was that. That's the
I
worst.
got
That's the worst part of it.
I got more than words. I got actions and deeds.
Cannon, you were not present for that at all? I don't think.
No, I think it's just me, you, and LeBlanc.
Anyway, what it is, Cannon, is Steve Reichlin that smokes and grills stuff on PBS. Set rice on fire to cook a duck. Like the rice was in the fire, not like in a pan with the other spices and stuff getting toasted. Literally just
he dumped like 2 or 3 cups worth of brown rice into the charcoal and then steamed a duck in that. And as a Cajun man, I want to fight him.
It is the only.
Like,
it is.
We find that offensive.
It is the only. It's the only time I've ever caught Kyle yelling at a television set.
I want to beat him about the head, neck, and shoulders with a bag of with a 25-pound bag of rice from Crowley.
I wouldn't be opposed to watching that.
Then again, the thing he did after that hurt me was when he cut into a solid gray piece of tri-tip and goes, "Look at this medium well." I'm like, "Bitch, where's the red?" Medium has some red.
That was medium burnt.
Now, like
there was almost a killing at my place not too long back over food. I was fed beef tongue and wasn't told what it was until I was 3/4 of the way through. And when they told me, I literally got sick.
You almost whacked Jake in the head, didn't you?
Come really close.
Hey, tongue's good. Tongue's good in a gravy, but you gotta smother it down.
Lingua makes good
And you
tacos.
You gotta smother that down for a long time because, man, that stuff is tough if you don't.
But I understand getting sick about it if you didn't know what it was. Like you don't do that.
You don't do that. Oh, this was cooked like a steak, more or less, and it was really tender. And I was not opposed to the flavor of it until I was told what it was.
Tongue is, like I said, tongue's really good, but if you don't know, like, yeah, that's not cool. Now, buche, which I think is cheeks, is also really good. We got a taco place up here that'll do that, and I got Emily to like lingua.
I shall return. I need to take the dog out.
It hasn't killed anything else yet, has it?
No, it has not. But yeah, when I get back, I've been clicking around Vermont Freehand, and yeah, this yeah, I like this place.
No,
I shall return.
Okay.
Yeah, the pipe making website that you sent me earlier.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I think it would be easier to paint these before I put them together.
Yeah, I don't have the patience for painting little tiny figures like that.
There's a distinct reason why. Let's see. I got them right here. There's a distinct reason why my Vampire Knights. Currently, this guy currently has no head. His arm, and neither one of his arms are on. There's a reason that my White King, his cape is not attached currently because well, his cape covers half of the horse's ass, and covering half of the horse's ass, I need the cape off so that I can paint at least base coat the horse's ass before I put the cape on.
All right. Finest brush. I'm not going to be able. I'm going to end the stream whenever I stop painting, and I don't have much longer to do that because my hand is starting, and hand and forearm are starting to cramp.
I have got the skeleton of one of my desks in my leather shop done.
Nice.
So yeah, looking over this website, this Vermont Freehand website, they man, these things, their prices are really reasonable. A 1-inch chamber spade bit is $16.
All the bits are $16, unless you buy the whole set. Then it's 70.
They have acrylic, vulcanite, ebonite, and bakelite tips.
You mean the bit that you put in your mouth?
Well, yeah, and like this, they actually have the church warden style. This one's the number 155 is 4 7/8 by ½ inch. The 2013 is 8 inches by ½ inch. So you got about a 5 inch bit, a 5 inch, and an 8 inch stem. Because stems are hard. Let's see, there's also a whole bunch of different types of the actual tip.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. Uh, it's like they sell bamboo. They sell corn cobs cut down. Like ready to do. They're $20 for 10 of them. And that's
That's
corn cobs, kind of cut down, ready to bore out. They actually also sell the wood, like briar and oh shit, they actually sell the the clay ones too.
how much are they wanting for the wood?
The Mirchasm.
Oh, the Meerschaum.
Yeah. And Italian and Grecian, and then they have just straight up cubes. Inch and a half, inch and 3/4. Inch and a half is $3. Inch and 3/4 is $6. Uh, and it's briar cubes ready to make friggin' pipe bowls out of. They also have olive. $10 1/4 for a medium sized piece. And they're all, and looking at it, it looks like they're, a lot of them are pretty much already some of them are already roughed into pipe shape, square, but roughed in.
That's dope.
Knox, have you come across a all wooden smoothing or straightening plane?
I got one of the I think it's one of the. I can't remember. It's been a minute since I've messed with it. It's, I want to say it's the 2-foot ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Something in the 20 to 24 inch range. I actually found the blades and the chippers for those.
I mean, you could find yourself a chunk of fucking 2x2 and make you one if you got the blade and the chipper.
I got 60 foot of oak tree laying on the ground right now.
That too.
I got about 90 foot of poplar laying on the ground.
Ooh.
That's useful.
I got some other projects that I want to do, but I think I'm gonna break off for a while and work on I'm gonna break off and work on pipes for a minute. See if I can't get good. Try my hand at an actual curved bowl, like the bowl with the stem part on it, and more of a traditional where you just slot a tip in. That's probably gonna be the next one that I do, and then I'll kind of go from there.
Try to increase your wall size to a 1/4 inch or more, because the thin walls, in my experience, produce a lot of heat on the fingers.
Makes sense. Yeah. So I got some decent pieces, uh, pieces of oak that I can kind of play around with, try to get a good shape on with my sander and my hand rasps and stuff like that.
Dowel rods that I saw on a YouTube video not too long ago, the guy uses the dies in a tap and die set to run his wood through with a drill in order to make dowels.
That works. You just got to sharpen the end of them. You can also, if you got a metal saw or a metal drill bit, if you have a thick enough piece of steel, you can drill a hole through it, start it with a little edge on the whatever piece of wood you're putting through, and then you can just drive it or use a drill to spin it and drive it through and cut it down too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the craziest thing I've seen is people that start making dowels that have a spiral cut on the outside of them for using for glue ups.
I've been noticing on the Mr. Chickadee site that I put y'all on to, he cuts his dowel square and he will start sharpening the end of it, and he drives them into his mortise and tenons square in order to get more bite with them.
That'll
All
work.
right, at that point, you ain't got to worry. At that point, you ain't got to worry about your dowels being too small.
Valid.
Yeah, I think I'm see, where I mean Vermont, so I'm assuming it's the States. Yeah, I think I may at some point.
Did I point you in the right direction for something?
There's a distinct possibility you may have.
Is Mish gonna be mad at me because you're gonna want to spend more money?
This stuff's pretty cheap for in general for what I'm looking at, and then I'm not exactly going to be getting the let's see. I mean, I'm not gonna spend $20 for a stem. You know what I mean? I'm in no way, shape, or form uh, even close to being to that point. And get if I could get to a point where I that I'm satisfied with the quality of what I'm doing, then I mean every now and then a decent piece of hardware for a higher end piece would may not be out of sorts every now and then.
I keep forgetting how thick dry paint is from Citadel. It's like poking into a souffle.
Yeah. Yeah, this got some interesting. You're done horn, bone, antler, and tusk.
For the stems?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for whatever you need, like there's ox horn slices, so that would
Ooh.
be basically used as fairings. Ox horn rods to be shaped down in the tips. Deer antler tips to be shaped into pipe tips. They have imitation ivory and fossil mammoth ivory.
Need to be careful with the deer antler, making it into tips that people are going to be sucking.
Yeah. It must be
Does it
miscellaneous. That would be fun.
is it bad at chipping? Or is it just since it's bone?
They don't even sell sticks of Delrin. 10-inch stick of Delrin. Well, 1 inch comes in 6-inch lengths, but quarter-inch, 5/16, 3/8, and half-inch diameter in a 10-inch length. They have it in white and black. So a 6-inch length of 1-inch white Delrin is $4.50. Also sell acrylic rods. 5-inch, 6-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch, and half meter.
Half meter.
Meter. Oh. Price change. It doesn't look like the price. It doesn't look like the price change is based off of.
Half meter's like what, 20 inches?
Oh, isn't a meter? Let's see, 2 meters is 6'6", so a meter would be about 3 feet 2 inches.
Meter would be 3'3" based off of that, so 39 inches.
Yeah, and this. I mean, these acrylic rods are for a 10-inch section. No, for a 10-inch length, it is $11. Prices in this thing are prices in this place are really
Question is, what's that shipping?
that. Packages shipped via USPS. Domestic ship. They're in the States. They're in Vermont, so domestic shipper rates like $8. Free
That's not
shipping over free shipping over $100. Shipped via the postal service. And also free shipping if you buy any of their books.
how much are the books?
That is where I'm going.
Because won't lie, if it's free shipping, if you buy a book, if the book's not crazy, I would just be like, I bought $6 worth of stuff and a $12 book.
20.
Yeah, buy a book.
Pimo's Guide to Pipe Crafting at Home. $20, 112 pages, 190 illustrations. It is softcover.
Nothing wrong with having a book that gives you some additional knowledge.
Learn how to make briar pipes, craft freehands. Choose the materials for your pipe. Cut several pipes from one briar piece. Drill the holes by hand or a drill press. Fit, bend, and finish stems. Sand, stain, and polish pipes. Carve briar. So, I think I have found my new projects. This seems to be.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. Having some extra resources for components that can potentially up the presentation value for little to nothing that would ultimately add little to nothing to the price tag on the table is a thing. Especially if I can get to the point where I can come up with maybe a couple of different styles that are unique and that and uniform enough where I can knock out multiples and actually have a selection. That would be interesting. Then again, it's pipes, and it's also 2022, and I don't know if I don't really know how good the piping culture is nowadays.
Now, considering a couple of vape pens have been made illegal, might be picking back up.
Essentially. I mean, there is literally a pipe shop here in town that have their own blends. So we'll see. May actually I may see what I can put together, and ultimately check my craftsmanship and see where that ends up after making a bunch of these.
Your best market for pipes nowadays is the Ren fairs.
And wouldn't you know it, there's one in Lafayette now.
I gotta come check that one out.
It's nice. It was super small. It but it was they had some they had Pirate King, Queen of New Orleans there. They had quite a few of the Texas circuit and some of the California based Ren Fair circuit people. I enjoyed it, and it's looking like it's going to be, and they're going to extend it another. They're going to extend it to like it was 4 weeks this past year. I think they're going to extend it to 6 weeks next year.
Nice.
Okay, so I can't complain. I enjoyed it. I need to finish putting a Ren kit together because I don't have one of those. Surprise, surprise.
Not gonna lie.
Repurpose some of my old gear.
Moderately surprised.
Yeah. My issue is honestly my issue is clothes. I don't have a lot of period clothes.
A lot of the
they're comfortable as hell.
a lot of the rennies I know use surgical pants, scrubs for their pants.
And just hike them up so that they're a little billowy. And I mean, I have the tall boots to go with it. So
Footwear is why I always end up having an issue with some period attire. It's like when we went to Gettysburg, I was wearing combat boots. And if someone was going to be an ass about brogans, I was going to probably be an ass to them because I am not going to wear shoes that do not have a left and a right differentiation. And then have you march my ass all over God's green, whatever section of the world we're doing this in. You can kiss.
if you want to do it, it's fine. But I'm not a lifestyler like I'm not a lifestyler. So
yeah, that's luckily we didn't really run into that. We got to get you Knox up to Gettysburg though.
Yeah, I do.
You know their 160th is coming up.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's been almost 10 years.
Yeah, it has.
We've known each other for a very long time now, then. And I doubt we're getting rid of anybody anytime soon.
Uh, huh. Interesting. Just kind of thinking around. They actually suggest using for pipes using leather dye.
Makes sense. Do, 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 do.
Hmm.
What you looking at, Knox?
Oh, apparently there's a Pipopedia wiki. Looking over materials.
I'm this far. I might as well do a wash, and then we'll call it a night here in a couple minutes. Is that cool with everybody?
Me, my brother. I'm here to hang out with you.
Yeah, exactly the same over here.
Same.
Jesus, that was loud.
Zane has never been a quiet one.
No, that's a lie. That is 100% a lie because he's puked before without people knowing.
What? Huh?
9 times out of 10, it's been in the corner of your tent.
Yes, this is true.
But
If you say what I think you're gonna say,
but I didn't have any.
that's a fucking lie. That is a whole ass lie.
I got photographic evidence that you did on one occasion because they started calling you speed bump afterwards.
If it makes you feel any better, I have my own tent now, so you know.
You can puke in your own tent.
And I have not and will not.
Oh, okay. So if it's not your tent, puke away. If it is your tent, because you got to clean it, not gonna.
That's a lie.
Hey, I helped clean it.
I seem to recall he puked in his tent at Wasteland.
He, in fact,
Hey,
did.
hey, guys, guess what? That wasn't my tent either. That was a borrowed tent that I never got that tent back. It disappeared after Wasteland.
They got loaded into somebody's vehicle and just disappeared.
I don't know what vehicle it went in or whose house it went to. Thankfully, the person I borrowed it from never asked for it back.
See, Wasteland's the thing I wish I'd been able to make with y'all, because there is not going to be any time in the near future that that's a possibility for me to get to.
It's like 60 something days away.
It hits in September, and that's like school time, dead on.
Yeah. I got to start working on stuff for that here soon.
Plus, several of the recreational things that occur there, I cannot participate because what happens in California does not stay in California.
Takes 3 days to get home. You'll be fine.
They've been doing hair tests for the randomly screened individuals.
You don't have to partake.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. So you just don't participate in those activities.
That's true.
That's the thing.
I just deal with all of y'all that do.
I mean, you act like no. You see, you act like you wouldn't be absolutely schnoggered, just like the rest of us.
This is true.
I mean, and me and Ricky went through like 6 cases of beer.
Surprised it's only that amount.
Oh, that wasn't the only thing we were drinking.
I had 21 gallons of mead.
I got 1 gallon that is still sitting in the hamper right now fermenting. It's probably actually about ready to test.
As a matter of fact, Knox, I know I've still got at least one bottle of Southern Sweet Tea that I did for Wasteland.
How has it survived that long?
It's been shoved in a hole.
You and getting those damn flavors out of that shit is
The Earl Grey
just
mead is the best.
Earl Grey, Mountain Dew, all the different fruit flavors that you've done. Hell, this man has turned water into wine, and it was good, and it was dangerous, like super dangerous. Like that's the kind of stuff that
You wake
works
up.
perfectly as a it works perfectly as a mixer because it tastes just like simple syrup.
I thought you were about to say it would work perfectly to burn off a wart.
I mean, it might. It very well probably could. Uh, however, using that, imagine using Cannon's mead as the base of an old fashioned.
Now
You know what I want to?
that's a point.
And it would work.
You know what I want to do with that particular recipe, Knox?
I'm sure something devious and delicious.
And wonderful.
I want to distill it.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Cannon wants to make Jesus vodka.
No, let's give him a little bit more than that. He'll probably make it into a rum or a whiskey.
The sugar base is probably gonna come out more of a rum.
Mm.
That would, dude.
I just want to bring it up from 18% to like 36 or 50% alcohol content.
And then you use the base Jesus juice as the mixer for the distilled Jesus juice. You combine the Father and the Son and create the Holy Spirit.
I can call it the Trinity.
Yeah.
This is how we all go to hell. This is how we all
I mean,
go to hell. But
that's cool. We already rented a bus. We're stopping in Vegas. It'll be fine.
That's also how you become a speed bump.
That is 100% how you become a speed bump. And then have two Aussies walk into camp going, "Hey, mate, is this yours? Huh? Yeah, that's ours."
You know what impressed me the most about that, Knox? The event hadn't even started, and he already got his nickname.
Yep. That was legitimately the night we got there.
Day 0.
hey, the man just does not wait. He knows what he knows what he's about.
No, he doesn't. No, he does. He knows he's about to do stuff, and he just rolls with it. That's why we love him.
I don't know, because
That's why the name's fitting.
It really is.
I just love one time when LeBlanc came up here, is he coined the phrase Hewitt drinks and makes things. Topher drinks and does things, while LeBlanc drinks and watches things.
That's not true. He made cayenne toast at one time.
His grandma did.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
Cayenne toast.
Terrible. Everything about that sounds terrible. Oh, God, I got to do the Hot Wings challenge in November.
I made boneless wings with my sauce last night.
Add some cayenne toast as a side to those wings.
No. I choose life.
Kyle, do you or LeBlanc, either one of you, remember Alice taking the ghost pepper challenge at Wasteland?
Oh.
I very vaguely remember that.
Nothing about that sounds good. Unless
was it about 1,000,000 Scoville pepper that she ate the whole thing of, and there was no milk or nothing to kill it with? She suffered for hours.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, speaking of.
That's just no. Then again, I think right now, if Topher has his way, to get Hewitt to eat the spiciest sauce is going to end up being if we make it to the target for the fundraiser. So he is going to use my pain to try to generate money.
I mean, that works. So my mom sent me home with these, and this is pickled cayenne. She has about 6 quart mason jars full of them. I have 2 of them here. The one that I tried before, I tried originally. Apparently I didn't get any of the seeds or anything. Didn't have any heat at all. Pretty good flavor. She is also currently drying about I don't know, from your toolbox to the end of the table, like where you're sitting, about that square of an area of that she's currently drying cayennes. She wants to crush them and make red pepper. I want to take that crushed. I want to take those crushed cayenne peppers, and I want to make cayenne chili oil with it, and hurt people, but will taste good.
Y'all want a little known useful fact about cayenne pepper?
Go ahead.
It is a replacement for blood stop. If you get a cut and coat it in cayenne pepper, it stops the bleeding and seals the wound and does not burn.
Useful information.
Yep. It works similarly to cornstarch.
You can throw cornstarch.
Cornstarch and clot stop. Yeah, I use cornstarch on my donkeys when they get abrasions on their legs. That works wonders. But I had a guy when he was putting the roof on cut one of his fingers with his utility knife, and I coated that bad boy in cayenne pepper, and he kept on getting it.
Wash you using? Wash are you using, Hewitt?
Huh? What?
What wash are you using?
Oh. You can see how. This is Hex Wraith Flame. And on the skin, I'm using Contrast Etheric Blue. I think I'm actually done with these for tonight. But another good one for a glow effect is I got Technical Tesseract Glow. This has been renamed. It's been renamed again, but originally it was a Nurgle color.
That super fluorescent yellow one.
Now, if you want like a blue that you can use to replace Nun Oil with, if you're doing a black wash, Contrast Leviathan Blue is so dark it functions like a black.
Yeah.
It works really good on purples. But I think this is where we're going to cut it. I'll post this up. I'll post sometime next week. Try to make sure that get it rolling to where the podcasts launch a week after they actually air. We'll get the flow a little bit better. I think the next time we try it, I'd like to see if everybody was crafting, making something, and just talking about what we're doing, and then we'll throw out a topic and discuss. Like, really hard not to start trying to discuss the D&D movie. Really hard. Because that'll be next Sunday. But, see, tomorrow we'll be doing Lost Seas. Then Thursday will be Tears of Kairos. I don't think there's any video games scheduled. I know I'm not going to be streaming because I got family this week. Sunday will be the D&D roundtable, or bonus roundtable, bonus roundtable, because since we got an extra weekend this month. We'll be discussing the dropping of the D&D trailer for the upcoming movie for next year. So that's what we got coming up. Extra Life will be in November. I think we'll be doing it the same way we did last time. We will just invade Kyle's den and take it over. We currently got 5 games, but that might change. It all depends on what we want to do because we want to make sure that we play enough, hang out enough. Really, the big thing is hang out enough and raise money for kids. And then in November, the big thing that Bosch and Grave came up with is we're going to do a Hot Wings Veterans Day challenge, and people want to see me in pain, so I am participating. Knox sent hot sauce up. I have trepidations.
It's not that bad.
Look, I'm the person that's
like this was literally this sauce was literally the baseline hot for the bar that I worked in.
Okay. Well, Knox, since you are here, do you want to sign us off?
We appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with us, watching on the VODs and partaking of our chicanery. Keep around and see when the next time we come up is. Give us a like, give us a follow, all of that fun stuff. So until next time, folks, don't let your meatloaf